Okay, so last week went mostly well, and I'm gonna talk about it now. Big surprise there. So, I think things kind of started on Wednesday. I'd been kind of pushing myself, but I went out to tutor. It turned out my tutor family had canceled, but I hadn't gotten the message, but that's okay. So, it really, really was okay because I was not really feeling up to tutoring. I just didn't want to be the one to cancel. So that worked out just fine. And then I came home and I was kind of sick, and it like got worse as the evening went on. So then I didn't get any sleep on Wednesday night. And then I was also still kind of queasy on Thursday when I woke up, so I ended up having to call into work sick because you don't go into work if you don't think you can spend your time at your desk doing your job the way you think you can. That's why they give me paid time off, so I can stay home when I'm sick and not infect the other employees. So I ended up using some of that time, and I did a little bit here because I wasn't completely incapacitated like I was the last time I was sick. I finished my shelf, which is now up over my computer monitor, helping me with more shelf space. All it needed was another layer or two of glue, and that's easy to do because all the pieces were already cut to fit. So it's working for me now as I slowly load it up with things that... Anyway, I have more shelf space and the clutter's been driving me nuts. I do need to clean up. I was thinking about going out with some friends this Saturday. I might still do that, or I might just stay home and clean. Because cleaning is cheaper, and I've been trying to save up. Animazement is just a month or two away, and I do want to make sure that I have ample money for it. At the very least, I need to have my share for the hotel, and there's also food to eat, and then anything I want to buy. Last year I bought a handful of things that I've actually been looking at. My Miku wall scroll is great, but the Miku picture I bought is now, the view is blocked by my shelf. So I'm gonna probably move it down and around. But anyway, other than that, on Friday I did go and hang out and watch my anime with some friends, and we ended up not having as big a group as we were expecting, but we also started a little later than expected, so we only really got like one and a half of the anime series in that we were planning to watch, so it kind of all worked out in the end. And I also noticed that my travel bag is kind of wearing out. Because I was going to be in Charlotte kind of late, I took a bag with me and just kind of crashed for the night. But it's it's starting to really, show its age and its wear. It still has the $10 tag on it, and I was actually looking at replacing it recently, which is sad because everything now would be $40, and I'm like, when did I buy that thing? So I'm going to have to keep my eyes open for that. I forgot to mention this in my last video, but I got to try out my new arrows that I'd bought the preceding Saturday, and I found out why I kept bleeding when I was using my bow, and that's because my arrows hadn't been made right. They're supposed to be lined up with the nock so that none of the feathers go past your finger. So it's good to find out it's not my fault, and if I strip the fletchings off and reattach them, or attach new ones, I should be able to use those arrows, because the rest of it's still good, just the fletchings are not attached right. It's not my fault. Other than that, I also might do the bow target this sometime, I don't know. I know I need a new target, because what I've been using doesn't really work, but I was also looking at Animazement for last year. Deja suggested that she and her group would do a steampunk theme, and whether they follow through or not, I may do something small just to do some light cosplay. Because I can. But this weekend, I may or may not do anything. I may or may not go anywhere. I'm going to try to work some overtime this week. Probably nothing too extreme, but maybe 30 minutes a day. I don't know. I'm not going to break my neck doing it, but I do want a little bit of extra money. My mind has been on my money recently, so I'm going to take care of it. Yay, work and having a job.